Part 1. The Whispering Wind. Once upon a time, in a quiet little town nestled between forested hills and silver rivers, there lived a girl named Liora. She had a small window in her attic room that looked straight up at the sky. Every night she would lie in bed, pull the covers to her chin, and whisper her dreams to the stars. But Liora was not just any girl. She was a dream keeper. It was her secret. Every night, when the moon rose high and the world fell asleep, the whispering wind would slip through her window, soft as a lullaby, and carry her gently into the sky. Tonight was special. As the wind curled around her room, she heard it whisper, "It's time, Liora. The moonboat is waiting." And just like that, she floated out of bed, glowing faintly with stardust, and stepped into the sky. Part 2. The Moonboat. High above the rooftops, a shimmering boat rocked lazily among the clouds. It was carved from moonstone, with sails of silver thread. Its captain, a fluffy white owl named Eloquin, wore a tiny velvet hat and bowed deeply when Liora stepped aboard. "Welcome aboard, Dreamkeeper. We sail the seas of slumber tonight." The moonboat drifted forward, leaving behind the twinkling lights of the town. The clouds parted like soft curtains, revealing a vast night sea, sparkling with dreams that bobbed like lanterns on the waves. "Where are we going?" Liora asked. Eloquin answered, "To gather the dreams that have gone astray. The world needs them back." And so, the journey began. Part 3. The Island of Forgotten Fireflies. The first stop was a tiny island covered in soft moss and glowing trees. It shimmered gently in the distance. As they docked, Liora saw tiny flickers of light buzzing sadly in the air. Fireflies, tired and dim. Eloquin explained, "These are forgotten dreams. Children once wished for them, but they were lost to the rush of growing up." Liora knelt down and cupped one gently in her hand. The firefly flickered brighter. She whispered, "I remember you. You were my wish to fly." The firefly glowed gold and zipped joyfully into the sky. And just like that, more began to light up. Each one that Liora remembered flew higher and higher, finding its way back to the sky of dreams. They stayed on the island for what felt like an hour, collecting lost wishes and waking old dreams, until the island itself twinkled like a field of stars. Part 4. The Dreaming Whale. As they sailed farther, a deep hum rippled across the sea. Eloquin tilted his head. "Ah, the dreaming whale is near." Suddenly the sea rose, and from its depths emerged a gentle blue whale with silver eyes closed in slumber. Its back was covered in tiny dream bubbles, each one holding a story paused in the middle. One floated toward Liora and popped softly. Inside, she saw a dream of a child dancing with stars. But something was wrong. The whale shifted restlessly. "He can't sleep," said Eloquin. "He's been caught in a tangled nightmare." Liora nodded. She stepped onto the whale's back, careful and kind, and began humming a lullaby she didn't know she knew. It was soft, slow, and full of stardust. The dream bubbles began to pulse gently in rhythm. The whale sighed deeply, turned slowly, and settled once again beneath the waves. As it sank, it left behind a trail of glowing dreams, like pearls on the sea. Part 5. The Forest of Endless Stories. As the moon climbed higher, the moonboat drifted toward a dark green forest floating in the sky. The trees were tall and made of old book pages, rustling with stories. Eloquin said, "Here sleep the stories not yet dreamed." Liora stepped onto the forest floor. Everywhere she looked, there were books waiting to be opened. Some were tiny as buttons, others big as houses. She opened a glowing blue one, and it told the tale of a girl who rode a comet with a crown made of glass. Another book opened on its own and showed a boy building a flying machine powered by laughter. "These stories need dreamers," Liora whispered. She touched the spine of each book, and one by one the stories floated up into the air, looking for sleeping minds to visit. The trees rustled happily, lighter now. Part 6. The Hour of Hush. The sky began to grow dimmer. Dawn was a whisper on the horizon. Eloquin turned to Liora. "We've gathered many dreams, Dreamkeeper. It is nearly time to return. But first, they had to pass through the Hour of Hush, a quiet place where even the stars held their breath. Here, no one spoke. Everything was still. Even the moonboat glided silently. Liora closed her eyes, and in that hush, she felt everything. She felt the child laughing in their sleep as they dreamed of soaring. She felt the comfort of a long-lost stuffed animal found again in a dream. She felt peace, a deep, quiet, loving peace. And then, the hush passed. Part 7. Home again. The moonboat descended slowly, gently threading its way back through clouds. Her town was sleeping, her room glowing faintly from the starlight that followed her. Eloquin bowed. "You've done well, Dreamkeeper. The world will sleep sweeter tonight." Liora smiled and stepped back into her bed. The whispering wind tucked her in like a soft blanket. As her eyes closed, she heard one last thing. "We'll sail again soon, when the stars call your name." And then all was quiet, all was still. Liora dreamed deeply, beautifully, and far away, a firefly danced, a whale hummed, and stories bloomed like flowers in the night. The end.